Hey, what's up everyone? This is Kennedy, and today I am reviewing 2MD VR Football Unleashed. And it's from the Truett Pixel team. And pretty much this game is available on the Oculus Quest, Oculus Rift. I am playing it on the Oculus Quest 2. It's also available on the Steam VR and PlayStation VR. So, what is this game about? Well, think of it as it's a motion-controlled VR football game where you play as the quarterback, and pretty much you are, put in a position where there's 2 minutes left or less. The other team is up ahead by either 6 points or 13 points, and you pretty much have to score and win the game. And it sounds simple, but it can be a little challenging, especially when you progress later in the game, as your receivers are covered like crazy, and getting the ball, you have to really devise some really good plays. So you might have to depend on the long passes, throw some bombs or some short passes just to get first downs. But pretty much I do like the passing part of it. It's just about timing and getting to learn how to throw which is effective. But I could say that the game is very dependent on tracking, and that means having adequate light. And also, this is the big thing, for me, I was getting frustrated because while I was I could be playing the game, winning against a few teams, but then the tracking of my right hand would go off. I think playing this game, and before doing a review, I kept on telling myself, I'm going to give this game a bad review because the tracking is always off, when I pass, and I could see my hand somewhere else, and I couldn't throw the ball correctly. But what I ended up doing is that with my throwing hand, I usually have protective skins on my Oculus Touch controllers. I had to remove those, and pretty much it made a big difference. So when I play this game, I make sure since I'm a right-hander, I take off that skin, and I'm able to get accurate passes. Now, here's the thing: as part of the strategy, you can draw your own plays, and you can assign it to both Oculus Touch controllers on the joysticks, up, down, left, right. So you get about 8 plays. And so if you want to mix it up with long passes and short passes, you can do that. You take on about 8 teams, and you can customize your color, your quarterback voice, your route color, and more. For me, I like to call the plays and pretend I'm the quarterback. And yeah, I can scream the Omaha, Omaha, or hut, 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 hut. I pretty much get into the game. The stadiums, yeah, you get screaming fans, but to tell you the truth, your mind is quite focused on the actual passing and getting it right, and looking at the routes and making sure your receivers are breaking through so you can throw it to them. The game features voice talent such as Xander Mobus, Sungwon Cho, and David Wade. And also, there's a 7-round heat rapid-fire bonus round. So instead of field goals, you throw the balls through hoops, and you can actually score more points. So you could actually see, instead of being 7-6, you can beat a team like 60-6 or something like that. So, it depends on how many rings you can, pass the ball through, or actually you'll see some receivers running through the rings, and if you can get the ball to them, you can score more touchdowns. Pretty much, the game is very challenging. If anyone says this is easy, don't believe them. Sure, the earlier levels, you can probably get by the first 3 a little easy, but once you pass the 4th one, especially the 5th one, 6th one is pretty much unforgiving. So if you can beat those the last 3, all power to you, because it is challenging. But yeah, for the most part, I think that 2MD VR Football Unleashed is really fun on the Oculus Quest. They had a bundle, so I purchased this as part of a bundle. But I think if anything, people who love football, who love to play quarterback, will definitely love this game. Okay, now the breakdown. So, who is this game for, and who is this game not for? This game is definitely for people who love football, for people who want to play quarterback, who want to come from behind and beat another team, and pretty much, just the thrill of winning a game against, especially if you love football, you just throwing to receiver, drawing up the plays, and just knowing that your plays are working and you're able to beat a defense. Again, this game gets tougher and tougher as you advance. So I think that's pretty cool. Another thing that I think that people will like this game, you do get a workout. Heck, playing 30 minutes or even an hour, I noticed that I'm always able to get closer to my goal, my 250 goal that I have set on Oculus Move. So I like how this game, really makes you, pass the ball, especially during those bonus rounds where you're throwing the balls like crazy really quickly. You do get somewhat of a workout, and that's another plus. So what person is this game not for? Who is it not for, actually? Well, this game is not for those who are actually looking for perfection. This game is not for those who are expecting Madden-like graphics. This is not for those who are expecting, a Madden-type game where you play offense, defense, and I love the Madden games. This is not one of those games. I mean, we're still on VR where you can't really do all that just yet. Sure, the PS version has, where a player 2 can join the action on the social screen and take control of the defense. The Oculus Quest 2, pretty much it's just playing the quarterback only, throwing to your receivers. And the game is just about you throwing and making sure you get that touchdown to beat the other team. So if you're looking for a more in-depth football game, you're not going to find it right now in VR. You're going to find it on consoles. You're going to find it on PC. But if you want a VR game, this is definitely a football game worth checking out. It's what there's not many out there. So the fact that this company was able to develop a VR football game geared towards passing, that's still pretty. It's still pretty fun. So don't knock it. Don't be so picky about the graphics. You're not gonna get human-like graphics. You're gonna have teams that look like those defensive dummies but they have like football pads and they can move. That's how the graphics look like. It's not gonna be the best, but at the same time for VR it works. The other thing, what would I like in this game to be added? If the developers were doing updates, well, I think that the addition, here's a choice, because I've seen it in several sports games. One, add a mode where you can actually select music that you put in your music file folder when you connect your Oculus to your computer. Another one is by adding a YouTube screen. Heck, adding a digital screen on the stadium, with music from YouTube. I noticed that Forever VR Bowling pretty much incorporates that, as does Top Golf. They incorporate that. It'd be cool if this game does that. Again, you only have 2 minutes, but hey, it's it's better than nothing. I think a lot of people like to have music that pumps them up, especially when playing competitive matches, and that's where using your own MP3s and getting a random play, that would be nice, or just playing YouTube and getting a random play. Granted, I think that might be a little tricky because YouTube has all those commercial ads, so not sure how that would work out. But at least the MP3, putting it in a music folder and it playing randomly, I think that would be a good idea. The other thing, and I think this is a big one, I think that I feel the game with 8 unique teams, I mean, that's cool, but I would like to see it double. I would like to see more unique teams. So instead of 8, how about 16? You know, if that's not asking for too much, I think that would be great. The other thing that I would like to see is, it's just a little bit, I can't say better audiences, and I can't say, because everything is more focused on the passing and everything, so I really can't complain. Everything that is incorporated in the game I do like, but I think those are the 3 main things that I find that I would like to see if there is an update to the current 2MD VR Football Unleashed. Other than that, I think it's cool that you could, record your gameplay, but man, I'm trying to think of other things that would be useful. The other thing, though, I would like to see at the end, and this is something that actually it's more of a nuisance, is that when you lose a game, you are taken to a trophy section, and your team is cheering, and you can take the trophy and chuck it at your players. But for me, I think it should, for the spirit of competition, it shouldn't be so cheerful. I think if anything, if you came 3rd place, that's nothing to be cheerful about or get a trophy. I'm not sure if the developers were thinking of, oh, everyone's a winner, even if you win one match. No, I think there should be some, players, ticked off or, upset that they lost. No, you need to earn that. If you want to get the trophy, you need to earn that. And so I think that should be changed. Other than that, I love the game. It's you get a good workout. If you love football, not only is it about passing, it's also about developing the plays, and also there's strategy involved. Again, don't think about realism when playing this game. Don't think about Madden when playing this game. Think about it as a VR football game, and what we can do with technology, VR technology today. It's gonna change. It's definitely going to get better. But for now, you take it what it is and just enjoy it. So I think for me, especially fixing those tracking problems that I had with the Oculus Touch by removing the skin and having a better gameplay experience, I'm going to give the 2MD VR Football Unleashed 4 out of 5 stars. Check it out.